Welcome to the Dr. Inia Desnia podcast. Have various US and international accounting and tax designations, a master's in tax, and a PhD in business administration with a concentration in finance and accounting. Over the past 2 decades, I have helped several SMEs succeed. This podcast will provide strategies and resources of startups and areas and businesses thrive. Let's get started. A master's in tax.
Okay, guys, I thought I got it already, that I was able to, let me make sure that it's not echoing anymore. Let me see, I thought I got that already, but I don't know why it's still happening. So let's see where's it coming from.
Let's get started.
Okay, guys, I thought I got. Okay, yeah, I got it now. I don't know why. I'm trying to master that, so please bear with me. I'm just trying to master this echoing thing, so bear with me with technology. You know, we love it, but sometimes, you know, but I'm going to get it. Don't worry. I'm going to get it one of these days. All right. Awesome. Welcome to the Dr. Inia Desnia show. I'm very excited. I have few announcements, exciting announcements for everybody at the end of the show. So always want to say thank you to everyone that has actually supported this program, has actually watched, commented, complimented. You know, I really appreciate that. I also love, constructive criticism, how to make things better. Really appreciate everyone that has watched this. So hope all of you are doing well. I know right now in Texas, Texas is getting warm, very excited. Usually by the time it gets to March, we're in our shorts. I know that in the East Coast, it's just been snowing, and shout out to everybody there. We had our own experience a couple of weeks back. So, you know, but I'm so excited. We're getting into spring very soon, or spring-like weather very soon. And I think by next week, we should be like that in Texas. So I'm very excited. So awesome. You know, and who can even believe it? This is already February 28th. This is, so tomorrow will be in March. That's amazing. That's crazy, but happy to be well and alive. So very grateful. Shout out there. Just greeting everybody out there, just to appreciate, us being here today. All right. So today I have another interesting topic. Now, a lot of people have issues with financing, especially small businesses. They have issues with getting financing. And I just wanted to mention one way to get financing, right? One way that might actually be an easier way for you. So I want to mention something called ROBS. It's an acronym for Rollover for Business Startups, ROBS, Rollover for Business Startups. And it's usually an amount gotten from someone's 401k. You might have heard that if you withdraw money from a 401k, that of course you get penalties and all kinds of stuff. I know that with COVID, there was some legislature that was enacted during the COVID time that gave some leeway if you had to withdraw money because of COVID. But that has actually passed right now. But usually, if you withdraw money from your 401k without meeting, the requirements of age and, a couple of requirements like that, you'll be charged a 10% penalty for early withdrawal, right? And of course, there are other penalties and things like that. But with the ROBS, right? ROBS is actually when you can, is a government legislature that allows you to remove money from your 401k for your startup business tax-free. No penalty. So many people don't know the ROBS exist. Many people don't know it exists. Now, if you want to start a business and you don't have money and you have a 401k, you are actually allowed to withdraw money from that 401k. Now, of course, there's a threshold, right? The threshold is it's maximum of 50,000, right? But if you have they calculate by saying half of your vested amount or 50,000, the lesser of the two. Let me give you an example. Assuming you have like 90,000 in your 401k, let's say that you have 90,000, right? And you 50% of 90,000 is 45,000. So you cannot take up to 50,000. You just have to take 45,000. Now, assuming you have $120,000 in your 401k, right? And half of it, of course, is 60%. Sorry, 60,000. Half of it is 60,000. Half of 120,000 is 60,000. Okay, but because the max, remember, lesser, the lower of the max is 50K, you can only take 50,000. But that's good money that you can use for your business. So it's really awesome. So I would say, if you don't know, I mean, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons, right? But the thing is that it's very important for you to get someone that knows how to set up that, manage it, set it up. Because there's certain criteria, right? Yes, it's exciting. A lot of people, they get so excited when they see a tax law, they get very excited, which is awesome. But you have to know how to navigate that law so that you will not have interest and penalty and even bigger, you don't have issues, right? So you don't want to put yourself in a deep hole because you were just in let's say the hole was, let's say, surface hole. And because you didn't understand what you're supposed to do, you get yourself in a very deep trench. You don't want to do that. So first of all, yes, we're excited. Oh, this is available to me. Very good. Excited. I have about 60,000 in my 401k. I want to take like 30,000. I'm so excited about this. So I can at least take 30,000. Right. That's awesome. Okay, great. Now, the big thing here is that you need to get someone that knows how to administer it, because there are certain, conditions, right? Of course, it has to be for the startup. You can't just say, oh yeah, I'm so excited, I have 60,000 in my 401k, I'm going to take 30,000 and do what I like. No, it's going to be for the startup business. And what happens is that they create a C corporation, right? They from the company that administers this 401k creates a C corporation for your startup company, right? Let's say your startup company is maybe let me use my name, Any Clothing Stores, right? So they would create a company, Any Clothing Store, with that C corporation structure. They'll create a corporation for me, and I will have to, do the regular returns, do what is required, right? And that's why I said, very excited, we have the ROBS, right? But you have to make sure you go with someone that can administer that ROBS, right? Make sure that someone that knows how to go about it, all right? So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what are some of the pros? Why are we so excited? Because it's your money. That's your money. It's not like you're going out to have a partner in your company. It's your money. So when it's your money, it means that, you don't have a partner that you have to share your profit with, right? And the great thing about this, there is no credit check. So I know that, people talk about, oh, how do I get funding? My credit is not that good. But with ROBS, nobody's checking your credit. It's your money. Nobody's checking it. And when I say it's your money, I have to make sure we understand that money has to be vested. What does vested mean? Some people, some companies put money away for you and say that, okay, you have to work for 3 years, 4 years, even though the money is in your 401k, it's not yours really, because you've not fulfilled the maybe period of time. There's so many ways that money vests, so it could be that, okay, you've not reached that vested period. Well, if you have reached the vested period for, let's say, for the 60,000, let's say you have 60,000 in that and they're all vested, it's your money, then 30,000 could be used, okay? So the beauty of this is that you don't need a partner, you don't need to do any credit check. The money is yours. It's your money, and so no credit check, nobody's checking your credit. Whether you have bad, good credit, that's not relevant here. So that's the good thing. Another great thing is, I said, that you're 100% in control of your business. You just need 30,000 to push your business up there, you know. And then another good thing about it is that, you know, you have up to, I'm usually about 5 years to pay off that loan, because like a loan, you took it out. Yeah, and I believe there's an interest that is charged, but I think it's just like 1%, you know, 1%, which is really, really, I mean, come on, that's really, really, really something, nothing really, no penalty. And, you know, so that's so many, there are great things here. You have 5 years to pay it off. There's no, you know, things like that. Beautiful, right? But then you might say, what is the downside? What is the downside of this? Right? The downside, there's a downside. First of all, if you don't have an administrator that knows what he or she is doing, right? There are issues. Maybe there might be some forms, there are people that actually have issues because there's required tax returns that were supposed to be filed, but the administrator did not inform or did not actually file those returns or inform the person, you know, that, oh, you need to make sure these forms are filed. Right? I'm not talking about even the tax return for your C corporation, but there are other forms that have to be filed. So first of all, you need to make sure you have someone that knows what he or she is doing, because without that, there'll be issues. And you don't, I mean, remember I talked about just being on a surface hole, then going into a trench. So make sure, so that's one of the cons. You have to make sure that the person that does your work knows what the person is doing, right? And then, you know, I said about the C Corp, I have anyway, that will be one of my surprises at the end, announcement towards the end of the course, or at the end of this presentation, but or end of this program, okay? So the C Corporation, right, is one of the, I would say that it's not a very attractive business entity because of the double taxation, right? Double taxation, tax twice at the level when there's a profit, and then when you are paid dividends. So that's not really an attractive structure for small businesses, but that is the structure that is required under the ROBS. You have to have that structure, right? It's like, you have to have, there's nothing like, oh, I want to elect here, change my structure here and there. No, it's required that you have to become a C corporation, okay? Now, as I said, it's not, that C corporation is not very attractive. And so at the end of the day, right, a lot of companies actually have failed because they don't understand how this ROBS works. Right? They don't understand. They go into startups, and you know, if you have ROBS and your startup doesn't work well, and you can't, I mean, assuming that maybe, let's look at someone that has 60,000 in there, somebody that is just, you know, just has 60,000. Of course, I know many people have more, but let's just make it 60,000, and the person takes 30,000, and the person just can't get that business up and running. And eventually the business fails. Well, you lose out that 30,000, and you have to, it turns into, and that penalty comes up because you withdrew the money, you didn't pay back. So all those stuff comes back. So if you're taking out a ROBS, make sure you're working with someone that knows how to build your business, know that, you know what you're doing. A lot of people might get so excited. Oh my goodness, I can take ROBS, but yeah, you can take it, but are you ready for your business to move forward? Are you just at the stage that you're just thinking of starting a business, but you don't have, you don't have a direction on how that, how that business is going to move forward? It's wonderful to have a business idea, but there's some certain things you need to put in place, right? Now, if you take that money to say, oh, you're going to build your customers, good. You have a goal, you have things put in place, or you're going to take them because you decided, this is what you want to do, maybe sell things outside an office space, but at least for the first couple of months, you don't have money to rent, but you know that it's going to generate sales. Great, go ahead. So you have to know what you're going to use that money for, because if you're very excited, and just going to use that money without really having your things set out, you will not do well in it. So, you have to really make sure, right? I'm going to admit our guest today, but I'll finish out this segment before I introduce, or I ask him to speak. Yeah, so let me see, are we great there? Let's see. I hope everybody can still see me. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Can everybody still see me? Oh no, that's not working. Let's see. Oh, that's strange. Okay, let's see if let me see if I'm doing the gallery view correctly. All right, let's see. That's weird. I'm able to see myself too. Okay, let's see. Can everybody still see me? Can you see me? Yes, you can. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not seeing myself. Usually we always see both of us, but okay, I'll just go ahead. I'm hoping that everybody can still see me or, okay, yeah. So, as I said, okay, as I said that it's so important for us to make sure that we are really checking out before we do that ROBS, really understanding how that ROBS works, all right? So that you won't, before you get into it, you know what you're doing, okay? So, all right. Okay, so today we have a guest with us. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure. I thought this was, okay. I think I can see myself, but you should be able to see both of us on the screen. Let me see if I can get it now. Okay, it's not showing well. Okay, I think we just continue. And yeah, because I thought it was going to show. Yeah, that's tech. We tried this thing and it was working so well. And now, okay, great. I can see that. I want it to be side by side. So that's awesome. You know, as I said, we love technology, but sometimes things happen. Yes. So I really want to appreciate, so I hope everybody heard me as I rounded up that for the ROBS is fantastic for you to use, but make sure you know what you're doing, right? Before you go into the ROBS, before you take up the business, the rollover for business startup. Okay. All right. So today, very excited. Actually, Mr. Osasui, I'm sorry, if I did anything wrong. I really appreciate him for being here. Actually, I'm talking about the ROBS. He's actually into the financial aspect, financial field. And I don't know, I had already decided I'm going to talk about this topic. And then now, I'm just realizing that, yes, he's also in the financial field like that. Usually I always speak to to anyone appearing to make sure that I understand that background. So I'm very excited to have you here. Again, he's into financial services. And as I said about the ROBS, it's important for you to make sure you work with someone that knows what he or she is doing. You don't want to mess yourself up. So he's in the financial field, and I always appreciate when people come on this program and actually share anything that they experience in their business. This platform is to make sure that we help businesses thrive. So anybody that comes here to share any of their experiences, I'm always very enlightened. Elated, should I say elated? Elated. I'm very, very happy, grateful. So thank you for being here. And he's actually calling from California. Remember, I told you guys I'm in Texas, and I'm excited that we're almost in the great weather season, but they have good weather all year round. So I know he's not gonna be excited like me when we're almost in the spring season. All right. So we just wanted to ask, what is maybe an issue that you experience in your, as you're in your business?
Thank you, Dr. Adesanya, for the opportunity to come on your platform and share. Just like every other businesses, you go into business, whether it's small business or big business, the intention is always to be able to serve needs and have people just come and patronize it. So I've been in this industry for more than a decade now. I would say yes. The biggest challenge is clientele. You know, I wish, I hope it was one of those things where I don't have to go after people and then they can just see the value of what I do and just coming. So it's getting that consistent flow of clientele. I would say it's my biggest challenge in this industry, whether in finance or in insurance. Yeah, it's definitely something we constantly have to always have to deal with in this industry.
I hear you because, as he said, it's not only for what he does. A lot of people everywhere, there are challenges in marketing, right? But when I look at what you do, everybody needs you. So you're not like someone that, I talk about bake people that bake here a lot because I love chocolate, I know, but some people don't eat chocolate. Some people are they don't eat chocolate. They don't, I exercise and try to watch my weight and things like that. But you know what? I love chocolate. So I just try to minimize it here and there. But some people don't eat certain things, right? But for you, everybody needs you. No matter the size, the race, the gender, everybody needs you. So I would say that in your own business, you have to create awareness, right? I think when people understand, when people understand the value of what you provide, right? You provide, finance, insurance, security. I would look for platform where you can speak, one-on-one is good, but speaking to groups, right? Go out, because what you sell, what you do, right, is so important. Like somebody said one time, he said that the cost of life insurance is so small compared to a phone bill. It's not even up to it. Somebody mentioned that this person I met somewhere in one of their business meetings, he said he wonders how people can buy, but the value of, life insurance is so valuable. So my advice to you is that create awareness. I don't know how you do that. Creating awareness is getting into people's faces. Getting into not one person's face, getting into groups of people's faces. Go and talk to people for free. Go and say that, you know what, I want to share this information. I want to share knowledge, right? Can I appear at your meeting? It doesn't cost you guys anything, but it gives you value for your members, right? Your members, how many members understand? Because a lot of times it's not about, oh, can I sell my product? It's what is the value of what you have? What is the value, right? Let me give you an example of my profession, right? A lot of people come to me after the fact. They get in trouble with the government and they run to me. They pay more when they come. Oh, you know what? They're after me. Government is after me. IRS after me. The state is after me. And I said, put things in place from the beginning. I have clients that now come at the back. They come and say, you know what? I want to do it right from the beginning. I want to make sure that nobody's coming after me. And it's so much cheaper for them. I tell them, yes, you will pay me, but at the end of the day, they find out that it's so much cheaper than lose. There's a client of mine that his account was not even garnished, seized. He didn't have access to money to his account. We had to run around, I was calling the revenue officers trying to explain. I said, the person that did this before did not understand what was required. And you know what this revenue officer told me? She said, well, ignorance is no excuse. He should have gotten someone that knew from the beginning. So I would say my advice to you is that, yeah, it might be uncomfortable going to, or you're having this meeting, that meeting, but you need to get out there to let people know the value of what you provide for them. The value is what you know, not one-on-one meetings. Maybe later on, if they say, oh, can I meet with you one-on-one? Fine, that's not bad. But I'm just saying that getting a larger platform, going out there, anytime there's any meeting, say you want to speak. So, there are some times that they will even tell you sponsor the meeting. It's not a big deal because at the end of the day, if you sponsor, as long as it's not outrageous, but if you sponsor here and there, if there's some people that say sponsor the meeting, if you sponsor here and there, sometimes somebody say, you know what, pay for the pizza, pays for something. Sometimes maybe $100 or maybe $200. At the end of the day, one person will pay for that. One client will pay for that in 1 minute because of getting the person as a client. Then if you have someone that has maybe 10 or 20 people in that area, and maybe 5 of them, become your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
$100 is really, when you look at the cost benefit analysis. So I would say the best thing you need to do is get out there, let people know, not that they are doing you a favor. You see, when they see that, because they're not doing you a favor for being your client, they're doing themselves a favor. And there are so many, there are so many instances that I hear that I'll give an example about a lady that had lost her dad when she was very young. I think, she was 18. Her dad just died like that she was practically living from hand to mouth. That was so great to them, all of them, and she had 2 younger ones that time. And then her mom was not in the picture. So she was struggling, but eventually she was able to, sometimes she would be even to eat, right? So when she started working, guess what? The first thing she did? Life insurance. The day she started working and earning money, the day she said, I saw what happened when my dad died. Nobody even, and her dad was someone that was helping so many people, but nobody remembered that he had children when he died. Nobody remembered how were they eating? How were they going to school? Yes, one is 18, but she was still in college. She was just starting college that time. So it's not like, and then she had 2 little ones. So they're practically almost sleeping on the street because, it was terrible, but I'm happy that she's okay now. She was just with her brother and sister, it was just not easy for her, so just wanted to, stress that, right? Just please make sure you're getting into people's faces, not rudely, but letting them know what you have to offer. Yeah, hopefully that's beneficial to you.
Yes, I appreciate that feedback. Thank you for that.
Okay. I think I can do one more question before we, I think I can let me just take one more question, quickly one. Anyone else? Anything else?
Question from me?
Yeah, do you have anything else? I think I can do one quick one. Any other challenge? That's really the main
you have. Well, the other challenge I would say, I think you probably hit on it a little bit, is just the awareness, like you said.
Okay.
And so we get this pushback sometimes, especially I'm originally from Nigeria, amongst my people, the notion that, okay, if I pay and I pay for insurance, the benefit goes to my
somebody else.
I don't gain from it. So our mission as a company is to make sure we create a platform where people can be financially educated and understand all these insurance and how it has evolved. So the challenge we have is just people are stuck in their old ideology of, insurance is just debt, or the ideology that, insurance companies are crook and all this stuff. So it's being able to change that mindset. Then on the financial side, we're dealing with people who, I shouldn't say specific to the United States, but we're dealing with a society or culture where people like to show off immediate gratification just now. So when you're trying to tell them how to save long-term to gain the long-term benefit, so it's one of those you're getting that pushback. So what I'm dealing with is just old mentality, old mindset, old ideology, and being able to change and have people see things differently as far as whether it's insurance or savings, like I mentioned Roth IRA, and how these vehicles can help people. So that's that challenge too.
Okay, I think I hit on it a little bit when I spoke on that, but I want to say one more thing because as I round up, because if anybody doesn't know that, I'm an immigrant, so I want everybody to know that. But in addition to our own community, we need to go out too. So I also want to say that educate the community, our immigrant community, but also have tentacles everywhere. Talk to, don't box yourself up. As you talk to the community, also spread out. Talk to people, because again, if you want, the platform is, this platform talks about small businesses thriving. You have to be intentional. You have to go out of your comfort zone. No matter, so I would say that as I said about educating people. The more you educate people, education is so important. With the mindset, a lot of people, I don't know if you've sat down to actually giving them the lecture, because of course you said, oh, this is what they know, but what about what they know now? If you have something to present to them, please go ahead. Present it to them, let them see, because seeing is for you to explain, and I know so many things in insurance, there's something like, you can have even cash value for it right now. So they have to know that. So a lot of people do not. So those are the things I want to create awareness, talk to people, make sure you get out there, immigrant community and outside the immigrant community. A lot of people want to hear what you have to say because so many people don't know. So many people don't know, right? So knowledge is power. So yes, I hope I know I've run out of time in this segment, but I hope I've answered your question. And I hope that this will, anybody listening will take from here to take something, right? Because again, we have to be intentional. We have to get out of our comfort zone and, work hard, right? I know that working hard is not easy, but also we can do it. So I really appreciate you because it's not easy for him to come out and actually share for everyone to benefit from. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So bye for now. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I hope everybody got something today. And then of course, I really apologize for, the technicalities. I just checked this before we started. So bear with me. So I'm getting there. So awesome. So this segment is a question segment. I answer questions on this segment. Okay. So the first question I have is, I'm having issues getting funding for my business. What do I do? Okay. As if you knew I was going to talk about ROBS. Okay. First of all, yes, we talked about the ROBS thing. Great. But I want to add a couple of things. Number one, usually when businesses, I guess maybe this is a startup business. But okay, just say, okay, I'm going to answer for both ways. A lot of times when you start a business, they look at mostly what is it that they look at your credit. They look at, it's called personal guarantee. Now, if you don't have good credit, a lot of people won't want to lend to you. So I would say if you're looking at using your credit, I would ask you to fix your credit. Okay. If you're a startup, fix your credit. All right. Fix your credit, a startup. Number two, let's say you're already an existing business, or you're also a startup, and you're an existing business. Another thing you should do is that go to some banks, not all, some banks have SBA loans, small business association. Yes, I think it's association, SBA, yes, loans, they're really softer loans. They're not as very strict, as this high level bank, loans, right? So I want you to really look into those SBA loans. Now, if you're listening to this program and you're, located outside the United States, I always tell people this, that around the world, right, in various countries, small businesses are the bedrock of the economy. Small businesses are the bedrock of the economy. So I tell people that they should do their best, right, to get information on how to get funding. There are so many funding opportunities for small businesses. So I don't know if you're actually, first of all, your credit is good for you to fix your credit. Please fix your credit. I would say that you should also look into, I mentioned ROBS, also look into programs that are there available for small business funding. There are programs out there. You need to just look into that and see whether you're in the US or countries around the world. I'm not saying all countries do that, but a lot of countries have programs for small businesses. So look into funding, right? There are other funding ways, like some people actually do factoring where you might have accounts receivable. They'll give you maybe this in this way, it might be just for cash flow. They might give you a percentage of accounts receivable, but that's, I always say that they're taking some of your money, so you can look for other ways to get funding, right? Please look at other ways. Again, there's small businesses, there's small business loans. So, I mean, make sure you're investigating that. Okay. All right. And the next one is, how do I get my name out there? I don't have enough money to go into major marketing. Okay. How do you get your name out there? How do you get your brand out there? Like the guest that came in, it's important for you to get out there and talk to people. If it's something that you have, services, right? Services. Go out there and let people know what you do. Now, if you, another way for services, let me give an example. If there's someone that is an event planner, person is an event planner, right? Now, this event planner, right, works with what? Florists, works with makeup artists, as you know. So is nice, or it's not really nice. I won't use the word nice. I would say it's beneficial if you partner marketing that is like a partnership. You get into this, you go to event planners and say, you know what, I can do makeup. Or you know what, I'm a florist. You know, you go to places like I mean, I know it's sad, but even funeral homes, they say, I do flowers, right? You know, or maybe places, bakeries, and say, oh, you want to do some packaging that has flower, like, you know, that can add flowers to the cakes. Look into what you do and see ways to partner. See ways to partner. What ways can you partner with somebody else? That is actually cheap marketing. And then my best way of marketing is social media, because it's so cheap compared to other forms of marketing. It's so cheap compared to other forms of marketing. So I would say that really get into social media, right? Another way of marketing, I don't know what, you know, this person maybe focuses on. Maybe if the person is like, has a daycare, right? Or has, let's say, after school program, you should go around schools and drop off your flyers and just say, oh, we have an after school. Ask them if you can put your flyers in these schools, right? You have an after school program, all right? Try and see if you can partner with people. When you partner with people, you know, you can do more, all right? Then zero in into social media, right? Social media is so good, okay? All right. The next one is, how do I get customers to write a referral for my business? Some promise that they will do it, but they don't. Okay. The best way, I mean, this is what I've seen, to get people to refer, right? To write a referral or send somebody, is give that person a discount. If you bring somebody, you get 10% off. If you refer somebody, you get, you know, many big companies do that. Refer somebody, I'll give you $300 in something. I know some of the banks do this. I'll give you $300 in a credit or something like that. I mean, you don't even have to do that amount of, but you can say, refer somebody, I can give you 5% off. Or I'll give you something additional. You refer somebody and I'll do this, right? You know, let the referral, promise a referral come with something. Because really, some people are actually very happy to refer. It's just that sometimes they forget or get too busy. But if that referral comes with something, like it could be anything, or refer somebody, you get a free drink, or, you know, something. If it comes with something, it's like something that is like, should I say catalyst, or, okay, let me not use too much of science terms, but it's like something that will spur them up, spur them up. The reaction was, oh yeah, you know what? I need to get my free drink. I need to get this. I need to get that, right? So there are so many ways. But I think a giveaway will actually remind people that, okay, yes, there is a referral. Yes. A giveaway, right? Put something there for them. Refer somebody, get 10% off. Refer somebody 10, but I don't think you should make it 2%. Make it something reasonable. All right. All right. So, okay. I think I have time for one more question before I tell you about a couple of things that are coming up. All right. So the next, Okay, the last question. I think, should I have this? Okay, you know what, let me tell you a little bit. Okay, no, I'm gonna do it then I can talk a little bit about some upcoming things that I'm so excited about. Okay, how does my business deal with inflation? Everything is very expensive. I'm barely making a profit. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is everybody's issue. I'm honestly, inflation, I know, I mean, I know there are some analysis that is coming down, but honestly, this is not only, you're not the only person dealing with this. So I would say that inflation, one of the things that you need to do is really look into your pricing. I'm not saying it should be so outrageous, but if, I mean, you're producing an object, right? Or a product, right? And that product used to cost maybe to produce maybe $5 to produce, and you sell it, you could be maybe sell it 7, 8, 10, 9, depending on how much you sell it. And it's costing you to produce that thing of $5, costing you $8, right? It's wrong for you to still maintain the price of $8, or, you know, because you have overhead, you have to pay people, you have to pay rent, or you have overhead, you have expenses to maintain that business. You have to pay yourself. I mean, of course, it depends on the structure, but you have to make money from it. Let's say you have to make profit. So how do you deal with it? I would say, please check your pricing, right? Of course, it's very important to get deals. I actually spoke on inflation. Go and look at one of the episodes that actually spoke on inflation, you know, some ways to actually work around inflation. But generally, I would say that, you know how you cost everything, right? Know how you cost it, right? Know how you price your products. You can't be something that you were making for $5, now you're making $8, and you don't want to increase your pricing. It's not, that's not really reasonable when you're trying to do well in your business. Now you might say, oh, but your customers might leave you. If you do well, if your products are good, your customers will not leave you. They know that prices are going up. All right. Okay, so I have a couple more minutes. So a couple of exciting things. Now, I know that I started out by saying that this is the Inia Desnia what podcast. That's podcast. I even made a mug. You know, very excited. But you know what? I decided to change that podcast to just a show, right? Because, you know, I enjoy the show, and I think to go up and then, you know, upload the podcast, and you know, I just said, you know what, it was just behind a little bit, and I didn't want to just go there and just go and spend too much time on that. But I'm enjoying this coming on the show, coming live, and that's what I'm going to do. So going forward, you might have seen it already on my channel. It's no more the Inia Desnia podcast. I'm going to change the mug. It's the Inia Desnia show. Okay, that's one. That's the first thing. And secondly, I've been speaking for over I've been presenting things. I write and speak on tax, accounting, business. I've been doing that for, I think now this is 2023, for about, let's say, I think over 10 years now. And so, I mean, I've been getting a lot of great feedback over the years. So I have decided to put my courses online. Yes. A lot of people have encouraged me and to do that over the years, because they say that I do well in teaching. So I'm going to put my courses online so you guys can go and, like business structure, right? Oh, which one works for me? Can go and just listen to the course and, you know, watch, because I'm going to make it very, very interactive. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll keep you posted on when the courses start going online. So I'm very excited. And so I'll let you guys know. Okay. So again, wonderful being here. Thank you, Mr. Osasui, for, I think Osasui, please, I'm sorry if I did wrong with your name, but thank you so much for appearing today. And thank you everyone for being here. I really enjoy coming live. So I really appreciate everybody. All right, so have a good one. So I'll see you next week, same time. Bye for now. And of course, if you want to come and appear on this program, please just go to driniadesanya.com and and just follow the instructions. All right. Okay. Take care. Bye for now. All right.
Thanks for having me. Remember to join my live podcast on Tuesdays, 6 to 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Visit my website, driniadesanya.com, for details. Till next time, bye for now.